How we doing?
What are my website?
Are we on?
Are we live, everybody?
All right.
This meeting is being recorded.
And then we're recording. Oh my God.
All right. So we're live, and welcome everyone to the Lunch Bunch, the Spiritual Neighborhood. The Spiritual Neighborhood is a grassroots community project of the Council of Families for Children, dedicated to the quality of life for the body, mind, and spirit, for the integration of a happy, healthy human. And today you have us. Today is Techno Tuesday. And so I have my nice latte with Mr. Kahlua. So, and I think
Mr. Kahlua.
Yeah, Mr. Kahlua. And I think, Betty, you got Kahlua too? Yeah.
I have Kahlua in my protein shake. I mean, how healthy can I be? I mean, seriously. 30 grams of protein, 1 gram of sugar, and then I pour the Kahlua in there.
Elizabeth's the designated driver today, because she has business out for the show. So.
I have nothing. Zero.
So she is not drinking any alcohol.
And you've already missed all the good jokes. We were talking for 10 minutes before we came on the air. We've already said all the fun shit. We're done. Goodbye. No. See you next week.
I think I need a little more Kahlua now. Oh, there we go. Drop. There we go.
Can I have some more?
Yeah, sure.
Please, sir, can I have some more? Please, sir.
Please, sir, can I have some more?
You know, everybody under the age of 40 will not get that reference. That's what's really sad.
No, that's called power. That's power.
I have to tell you,
do not know.
I can't get Vicky and what we were talking about with Vicky yesterday out of my head, you know? And I think part of it's because, and maybe y'all can relate to it. I know Gail can, because she said she hasn't really talked about her shit, about the things that have happened to her. And it's so nice to have someone bring up something that you don't talk about and go, oh, good, we get to talk about it finally, you know? And have someone that's had a shared experience or can relate to it. You know, empathy is a wonderful thing. It really is. But it's like the cliche says, misery loves company. Well, like experiences loves company. You know, I think that's why support groups are so powerful.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Well, I don't share a whole lot about my personal life past, but part of that is because I'm writing a book, and so I don't want to give everything away.
Oh, I give it all away. I did when I dated.
Yeah, don't give away the store.
I always get away when I dated.
Don't give away the store.
Oh, well, I just figured they'd come back and shop more if they liked the free samples.
Oh, God.
I think she had too much food.
I actually really don't have any Kahlua. I really don't. I was thinking about that while I was putting on my lipstick. I don't drink very often.
This is...
Because, you know,
natural people.
It is. I'm high all the time. I am so freaking high all the time. It is difficult to stay in this body, and it is a great body, but it is difficult to stay in this body. And drinking will ground me, and dancing will ground me, and sex will ground me. But, you know, eventually you just get tired, you know. So you can only do so much grounding. Elizabeth, I'm so tired of looking at the top of your head.
Oh my God! Can you see how red my face is already?
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah. My job is done here. Y'all carry on. I've done my job. I've embarrassed the hell out of Elizabeth. Now, what's funny is that you nearly die from a heart attack. And here's Gail. It's like.
I'm grinning.
Well, not with your face, you're not.
I think that we're so used to it. I'm not embarrassed anymore. I just kind of okay.
Hey, you know what? That's what we should talk about. Why people have asked you why you hang out with me. Why do you hang out with me? Tell people. Tell them. Go ahead. Tell them.
Who are you asking?
Any of you. I don't care, all of you.
Ask you why you hang with us?
No, they ask you guys why you hang with me. I'm the weirdo, which is really weird to me, considering what y'all all do. Huh?
I do get asked that.
I know.
That is a question.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Well, I just say because I can.
I love that answer.
Because I can.
Because they don't have the backbone.
Well, people don't tell me who to hang out with and who to hang out with and who not to hang out with. People don't tell me that.
Well, and it does take strong, confident people to be around me very much. That's why when people talk about my husband being very quiet, they're like, boy, he is so quiet. And I say, yeah, but he's quiet strength. It takes a lot of strength to hang out with me, because I can wear you out.
No, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Well, my mom had the same capacity as you, but of course she toned hers down quite a bit after she got, older. But mother's mind or her train of thought went exactly where yours goes. Yeah.
I have a lot of fun.
But it's still embarrassing. I still get embarrassed. I've been that way all my life, though. That's really nothing new. I just get embarrassed. It just,
I learned not to be embarrassed years ago, and I think it was because, you and I grew up in the same, I think all of us are kind of in that same time frame. Like my parents were divorced in the 60s, and that was still a no-no where I grew up. I mean, they printed the divorces in the newspaper back then still, So
yeah, they did. And their children and who with who and where they lived and where the husband went to and all that.
Yeah, they put pictures.
I hated small towns.
Well,
I did not like small towns.
I spent my entire 6th grade indoors during recess. And that was my teacher's way of being kind to me, because in 6th grade, my parents were getting a divorce, and my dad, who was on the police force, was arrested for stealing tires from the Cooper Tire factory where he did security.
Lord.
And so, that was a huge scandal. So every day the kids are in my face. Your mom's a whore, your parents will get divorced, blah, 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 this and that, your dad's a thief, blah, blah, blah. So Miss Tall, wonderful woman, she sang opera. Can you imagine singing opera in a town like Texarkana? Sang opera, beautiful voice. Would let me stay indoors, and I was already a voracious reader. I started reading when I was 3, and we read the classics together. It was wonderful. It was probably one of the best times of my life.
Oh, wow.
For the worst reason, So I just learned a long time ago, nothing bothers me. I don't get embarrassed because I wasn't the guilty one. I wasn't the one that had done anything, even though I was the one that got all the bull, and stuff like that. So I don't get embarrassed. What about you, Gail? Why do you hang out with this group?
I think we all have a common goal in bringing people together, and I think all of us bring something different to the table. So I learned from both of you, and I think that I've learned to see myself in a different light and learn how to be more accepting and more patient. And although I don't pray for that, it just happens.
Don't ever pray for patience. No.
Never. I used to, but I learned the hard way. But I think that this show, when we started it, because we wanted to bring the community together, and we were all looking for something, especially you, Deborah, because that was why we hooked up at the beginning, was because of that. And I think that it's grown into something that can be really, really big. Isaac even said that we could do that. And we're going in that direction. We just have to find our own little niche and where we belong in this group. And I pulled a card for myself before, and I'm going to share it with you. It says acceptance.
Oh, pretty. Which cards are those? That's pretty.
This is my favorite deck. It's by James Van Praagh.
Oh, yeah, you've used those before.
Oh, wow. Those are cool.
I pulled this because I asked God what was the message most needed to be heard today, and it was acceptance. You're ready to release control of situations or people and lovingly embrace the rhythm of life.
Cool.
And I find that to be
Oh,
really
wow,
tough
that's
for me right
wonderful.
now. I really do. I'm finding peace. I mean, it's still a roller coaster ride, and I think as long as we're alive, we're on a roller coaster ride. But I think this show does that for me, if that makes sense.
Oh, I think it makes total sense.
Yeah.
I think that we are the epitome, at least for me personally, I won't speak for you guys, but I think this group and what we do is the epitome of what I wish the rest of the world was doing. And that's saying, here's our common goal. Here's our commonalities. And yeah, you're this. And boy, that can really drive me batshit crazy sometimes. And you're this. And boy, I don't get that. That's weird. And I'm this. And I know that that's really obnoxious. But you know what? We have more things in common than we have differences. And this is what it looks like when you put it all together. And so we can either have a mess on the countertop or we can have cake batter. And so I think we're putting our cake batter together. And eventually, hopefully, we're going to have a really good, nice 3-tiered cake with chocolate frosting. So I love cake.
Everything's good with chocolate on it, so.
I love cake. And
It
so,
may be bad for you at times, but it still tastes good.
oh my God, it's so bad for me sometimes. Sugar is the only thing I can't tolerate anymore.
I think although I do think at times we bake rum cakes, I think
Well, here we go.
I
We
think
put a little
there's
Kahlua in there.
alcohol.
Well,
Yeah.
into every life, a little alcohol must be drunk. I mean, it just does. It just.
We do support our friends. We are supporting our friends.
I'm going to tell you right now. No, I'm not. Never mind. Never mind. That doesn't make sense. So,
Okay.
Betty, you're our number one fan, and then you got roped into being on the show. What about you, girl? Why are you here?
Well, I'm trying to reach out and learn new things, and I've learned a lot from you three ladies. And you guys are funny. You guys keep me entertained. And I think this is a really good cause. And I truly believe that there's a lot of people out there that need to hear the messages that you guys are providing to people. And I'd like to continue to assist if I can in some way.
Well, I think you're doing an awesome job. I had a friend tell me that she laughs at us so much she pees her pants. So I've made that my personal goal that for every woman over 50 that watches our show, I want to make her pee her pants at least once.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm going to put a disclaimer on the page that says, warning, you may pee your pants, you might want to wear pants.
Hey, yeah, Betty, can you make that sign happen? We need that sign. We need that T-shirt. I will make you pee your pants.
You might want to.
It's really no joke. I mean, that really is. Like,
We
yeah.
should make spiritual neighborhood coffee mugs. The logo on.
We're working on that. What's her name? Elizabeth, your friend's name? I forgot.
Her
Letitia?
name is Miss Letty.
Letty. I was close.
Yeah, she's going to be on the show here pretty soon in July.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she's going to show us the logo.
Yeah. It's going to look awesome.
And
So
it's going to look awesome. So
there's
she's going to have it there.
There's a woman on Facebook that I think we all know that had a dream. She teaches school, and she had a stress dream, and they were trying to put together masks for the school kids. This isn't her dream, and they were trying to do it out of adult diapers. And I was thinking, we should have a show of just all the unusual things that people have used to make masks.
Well, I tell you, I went to a restaurant the other night. I do get out every once in a while. And I swear to God, this guy had on a mask that I wish I had taken a picture of now because it looked like what do you call those? It's not is it a jock strap?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's what it looked like.
Did it smell like it?
It was.
Shit, are you kidding? Oh my God.
Well, that would have been the true test.
No, Jesus, Lord, have mercy, oh God. Oh.
I'll tell you that last Saturday when I worked at the celebration fair at Nancy's Wild Time Bird Shop in Waxahachie this past weekend, we worked outside It was a beautiful day, thank God for that. And we had, you wouldn't believe all the different masks that people were wearing. They were amazing. I mean, some of the cutest looking masks, and really people making their own masks with different things. But I was real impressed with that. There were times I had to take mine off because I couldn't breathe.
Yeah.
Outside of that mask on.
Seriously.
Because we had rain that Saturday morning, and we thought we were going to have to cancel. And then all of a sudden it cleared up, but it was still somewhat humid. So there was times I had to take that mask off just to breathe outside. But for the most part, almost everybody that showed up wore a mask, and some of them were just amazing, really cute.
Well, some of them that you can order online are really neat looking, and I wanted to order some. But if you go and look where they're coming from China, and I'm like, okay, that doesn't seem. I don't know. It doesn't seem sympathetic. What is the word I'm looking for? Simpatico? It just felt odd.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
It does not make sense.
But
I didn't know we were still allowing that. I didn't know we were still accepting some stuff from China.
Yeah, on eBay and Wish and different things like that. Amazon, you can still get things, and they're coming from China.
Oh, wow.
And so
They take a while, but they get here.
yeah. Yeah. So, but there's some out there that actually look like, veils, like, the dancing girls wear and stuff. And they're really pretty.
yeah.
And they have some that, I did you see the link I sent you guys where it was the sugar skull mask? I was like, Elizabeth needs to get that one. It was pretty, actually.
It really was. Actually, it was awesome.
I could actually see myself wearing that. And I hate skulls, but I thought that was pretty. So
that was gorgeous.
it was. So
yeah, I like sugar skulls. I mean, sugar skulls is really where I go, but now people just see skulls and just go, "Oh my God, I thought of you when I saw this." It's like, wow, I appreciate that.
well, that was a sugar
much, but
skull,
it's
wasn't it? Wasn't that a sugar skull type?
Sugar skull. Yeah. it
Yeah.
was. Yeah.
I eat sugar skulls, like if they have little candies in the dishes that made out of sugar. They have those little candies. I eat those, but that's
Wow,
not-
those things are really, really sweet.
Yeah.
Candy Molina from Mexico, she sent me a box full of homemade sugar skulls
they're good.
one time.
They're good. I
my God.
always imagine it's my ex-husband's head that I'm putting in my mouth, and I'm really enjoying it.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. I really don't have any animosity to him. I feel bad for him. That's my daughter's father. He's really a sad person. It makes me feel bad for him, but he is so hateful. So he kind of gets what he deserves.
That's too bad. That's too bad.
So, but I like sugar skull candy. Maybe we should have
I like Day of the Dead. That's my favorite time. Halloween and Day of the Dead. That's one of my favorite all-time.
What is Day of the Dead? When is Day of the Dead?
Celebrating
November 1st, 2nd, and 3rd.
Okay, so we should have people on during that time that make Day of the Dead candy, and they should send us some. If you send us products, we can give you a better evaluation of what you do if we get to try. Luann proved that point last week. There's another point. Dr. High is giving us free sessions. There's another point. You want us to give you a great evaluation and review. We need to try your products or your services. Hint, hint, hint.
So this is a really great. I mean, it's really a great mug.
It is.
And I have a wine tumbler.
Now, who makes
I
that?
also have a wine tumbler.
Who makes that?
Kat Mitchell.
All right, Kat,
Kathleen Mitchell.
Oh, wait a minute. I wrote this down. Where did I write it? Kat, you need to expand that, honey. We talked about this yesterday. You need one that says Seek Magic, and that's first level training. And then the second level training is Create Magic. And then your third level training is Be Magic. So you have 3 series of mugs and wine glasses you can sell. Free business.
Yes.
Ask about sugar skulls, and I want to know, where do you get those?
I've always just seen them at parties when I was at parties. I don't know where they got them.
And it's called Fiesta. Go to Fiesta.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Road trip.
Yes.
Road trip.
Road trip. What is it like? You don't have to go to Mexico, Betty.
I have there's a Fiesta.
Where's your closest Fiesta?
What?
I said
Right down the street.
they had an earthquake in Mexico today.
Oh my God, bless their hearts. Was anybody hurt?
Geez.
Was anybody hurt?
I don't know, but I've got a sister that lives there and lots of
Oh,
family.
jeez.
I have a friend that's moving there next year. Says
Other
that
people are.
he says he can. They're building their own house. The house that they're building would sell for $500,000 here in the Dallas area, and the property and the house that they're building costs them total out of pocket $200,000, and that he can live on his
That
social.
is fantastic.
He can live on his Social Security down there and have a gardener and a maid and never touch his savings.
You guys, that
Wow.
earthquake was 7.4 magnitude.
Oh, you're kidding. My
Yeah.
gosh.
Hey.
Huge.
How much of an area? How much?
Yeah.
It's saying hits the southern Mexico. There's one confirmed death.
Oh, no.
Of course, this just happened, so, and there may be more, but I was in California in the early 70s when that major earthquake hit, and that was like I don't know if that was like a 6.0 or really close to a 6
Yeah.
magnitude, and it caused a lot of damage, and that was scary. I was in junior high, and that was scary. So I can imagine a 7.4. That's huge.
Don't they have equipment that measures the possibility of that stuff happening so they can warn people?
I don't think they do in Mexico. That they do in the United. I think in California they do have where they can see where there may be a potential for an earthquake, but I don't know if they can actually determine the exact day or time. But
The
they can say
probability.
within weeks of that there's a lot of activity in the faults, and that it could create an earthquake. So
You think they would have that for every major city in the world? I mean, it just makes sense. It's a practical necessity, for damage.
It wasn't until that major tsunami that hit
Oh, my
Asian
God.
countries,
Yeah.
India, that now most major oceans have that technology out there now.
Right.
Because there were no warnings. There were no warnings for those countries.
yeah.
Oh, man. I don't know. Things like that, I just, they just get all over me. They make me vibrate all day long,
Well, it really aggravates me. It makes me very aggravated because we have the technology, but it's so unbelievable pricey that, when it comes to saving humankind, how do you
put a price on that?
Money.
But when they say, because I read years and years ago that animals will be aware of the earthquake coming before it hits. And so if your animal starts acting strange or even howling, then pay attention to that. So
Isn't that true for tornadoes?
Mm-hmm.
Is that just a myth?
No, that's true.
Is that true or is that a myth?
I've been in 3 tornadoes, and my dogs have warned me of the tornadoes all 3 times, every single time. Let me tell you what my new dog did, though. This fascinates me. We've only had her a week now. She's a rescue, and we're adopting her. And she was in the backyard this weekend, and Mom was in the backyard. And Mom's a little unsteady on her feet sometimes. She walks like she's drunk, and she was kind of stumbling over her feet a little bit in the backyard. And I'm like 15 foot away, so there's no way I was going to get to her before she fell. If she fell, and I'm like, Mom. I'm just trying to lift her up, And Gemma jumped up. She was halfway across the yard and ran over there to her and put herself right up against Mom on the side that she was leaning and lifted her back up.
Oh my God.
I was like, what did I just see?
That is so your dog.
Oh my
That
God.
is so your dog.
I mean, it brought a tear to my eye. Seriously, it was so incredible to watch. And she didn't push against her. It was like just kind of propping her up a little bit, and Mom got her balance, and then she reached down and grabbed her neck, and then Gemma turned her around and walked her back toward me, and when she was stable again, she just walked away. I've never seen anything like that. I mean, you expect a trained dog or a support dog or something like that to do that.
Service dog.
Yeah. I was like, wow. Absolutely wow.
Wow.
animals are amazing.
The USGS has a website where you can look at their monitoring stations.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Put that up on Facebook and tag me on it.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
So let me just tell everybody that even though we're crazy old women, we do kind of know what we're doing a little bit, or at least people think we do, and they trust us. That's the fun part. They trust us. We're going to be starting, it looks like a new series of videos. And this is a lot what we were talking about last week. Sunny, the rock lady, is going to start doing some videos of doing rock readings and recording them, and we're going to put them up on our channel, and I'm going to share them on Facebook. And this is something else we just started doing recently. I wish we'd done it sooner, but I'm not going to go back and recreate the wheel. When you do videos with us, not only do we put them on the YouTube channel and also on the Spiritual Neighborhood channel, I have 5 business pages. I have one for the council, myself, for my coaching, handwriting therapy, and my private investigation company. Your video goes on all those pages. All those pages.
Plus Gail's, plus mine.
And my personal one, which before I cleaned it off this weekend, had 5,000 people. I'm now down to 4,750. But
You'll see when you go to YouTube.
no, not 150. I'm sorry.
We're growing on the YouTube. We've got a lot more views on the YouTube.
Yes, and I appreciate all the subscribers. It's no skin off your nose. Go subscribe. You can always unsubscribe later if you're just that bored with us. You know.
Yeah.
Hey.
Becky Ford has a comment. She said, I've seen 2 total sun eclipses, and each time I observe the animals, birds, cats, dogs, and even spiders. They sense this prior to the full event.
Really? Ask her, Betty. Ask her how they acted. Are they acting crazy? Do they get quiet? What do they do? What does she think they do predominantly? This is where we need a crowd with a mic, where I can run through the audience and give people mics so they can talk. You know.
Answer this question.
I'll be like Donahue, the one that's married to Marlo Thomas. Here, wait a minute. Wait till we get the mic.
She said that they're skittish.
They're skittish. That makes sense, doesn't it? Because it's a disruption in the total vibration, don't you think? Do you think that's what's going on? That makes sense.
Well, that makes sense. If animals can hear thunder way before the storms come, that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Hi, Bonnie. That's Bonnie.
Who?
Asking that question.
Oh, Bonnie.
Hi, Bonnie.
Who's Bonnie?
Bonnie's my friend.
Hi, Bonnie.
I was wondering who you were talking about, so I went along and I was like, oh, hey, Bonnie. She's off today, so she gets to watch the show.
Yeah, that's another thing. Have most people returned to their offices, you think? I'm so isolated because I work from the house.
Well, I know friends that are working from home. Like, Betty, you work from home, don't you?
I do.
Yeah.
Well, with the traffic that goes down Park and Parker, a lot of people have gone back to work.
Yeah. It seems like it actually seems like traffic is worse than before the quarantine started. I don't know why.
In some ways, yeah.
All these people moving to Texas.
Stop it. We don't need any more people here. Dadgummit. If the North is so great, stay there. I didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
I know. Seriously, though, why are they moving here? Is it for the jobs or what's going on? I mean, why do you think?
The cost of living and housing.
I know.
All of that is so much more cost effective here than out there.
I know a lot of people from California are moving here. I mean, do you know a house here in Dallas that costs $300,000 costs $1.5 million in parts of California? 1,900 square foot, $1.5 million. Are you kidding me?
Yep.
That's ridiculous.
Yep.
Who let it get like that? Who let it get like that? That's ridiculous.
I don't know.
It's stupid.
I don't know.
It's stupid. So, all right, have any of y'all gone to a restaurant to eat?
Not this week.
All right, how does the eating thing work with the mask?
But you don't wear a mask in there.
Well, you can't wear a mask and eat.
But they're mandatory. So, I mean, what?
Actually, I went with my friend Bonnie that just asked the question about the candy corns and the comment about the sun eclipse. Her and I went to a place called in Waxahachie. I can't remember the name of it, but it's an Italian place. And we went in there and there was like 1 or 2 tables for people at. There was nobody in there. Most people were getting it to go, huh?
Tuscan Slice?
No, not Tuscan Slice. It's on the square.
Olive Garden.
No, it was on the square.
It's one of those things.
Sounds like 3 words. Movie.
Bonnie said it was Olive Garden.
No, Bonnie. We went, remember the long, crunchy pizza? That's Panza's. That's Panza's.
They have great
People, focus. It doesn't matter. We're talking about the process.
It matters because this is great. Panza's. They make everything in-house fresh. They make everything fresh there.
They're not paying us for a review. They're not paying us for a review.
Chocolate truffles.
Oh,
I love truffles.
But anyway, a lot of the orders were to go. I mean, they were busy with orders, but a lot of them were to go. And we walked in there. We were going to get it and go back to the park and eat. And there was only a couple of people in there. So just stay here. There's nobody around us. Nobody around us. So
Well, what they did at Panza's, because I was there about 3 weeks ago when they opened back up, they took a lot of the tables out and they had a few tables social distance so that people could sit, but they didn't have much room for a lot of people. It's a very small place. And let me read to you what Bonnie said. She said that they're served on how many people are seated, and there they give you paper menus and you pay at the table on a little portable device.
Bonnie, you can't be on the show if you're not drinking. Are you drinking, Bonnie?
she's probably got a beer. You got a beer, don't you, Bonnie? I know Bonnie. Bonnie's got her beer.
You know what we need? We need a woman like Ellen DeGeneres has. Did y'all ever see or hear Gladys from Austin talking?
Yeah.
She goes, "Yes, I drinks a bit and I cuss, but I loves Jesus." That's kind of my motto. That's kind of my motto. We need a Gladys. Bonnie, you want to be Gladys?
Yes, ma'am. And she said, and Gail already knows that is not a question.
Oh, wait a minute. Bonnie, do you cuss? Bonnie, do you cuss?
And Gigi, Gail, your sister,
Yeah.
she said they're sitting you on every other table and they're wearing masks so we can eat.
Yeah. They've been out a few times too.
Well, I know that I had to drive all the way to Pilot Point to go see the vet to do Gemma's knee surgery, and coming back, even it was like a 10:30, and the parking lots were packed, and I was shocked. Like through Frisco and parts of Plano, and then Firewheel and Garland, there's just tons of people in the parking lots, and I don't know if they're eating inside or what, and I had told Mom that I was going to take her out for an outing today, and then we were watching the news before the show started, and they're saying that the numbers have climbed even higher. And I'm like, Mom, what do you want to do? And we are going to go to a little small bookstore in the area so she can get some books, and we're going to wear our mask and all that stuff. But, it's just like, I was, I'm at a loss as to what to do to get her out of the house and still keep her safe. Where is the line? Where is the boundary? Where?
Put her in the car and drive around the lake.
Oh, we do that. But
buy your lunch and take it to the park and have it at the park.
We do that too. We do this well. But after 3 months, that's a drag. There's only so many picnics you can do.
Well, the restaurants are really taking hold of all of this. I've been to probably 4 different locations, and what Betty was talking about earlier, we went to a Mexican restaurant and they literally have taken the tables off site. So there's no way to sit in those spaces. I mean, you were literally
that's
forced
good.
into distance.
Yeah, that's good.
And all the wait staff, all the people that's cooking the food, all of these different individuals are wearing masks. I mean, they have the really heavy duty masks on. Your menus are now paper. So as soon as you're finished, your your menu becomes your placemat. And then when you're finished, they just wad that up and recycle and trash it.
That's good.
Done.
That's
So
good.
And if you're not abiding by the rules,
Most of the silverware are in those paper sanitary, the paper
Right,
things
right.
where you pull it out of that. So nothing's touched. Straws are no longer touched. I mean, nothing along those lines. It's really just the basics and generic. Now, a lot of restaurants don't make nearly the food that they used to.
Yeah, the menus are
your
cut
menu
back.
can be very limited. Yeah, that's been cut back. A lot of drinks are not being sold like they used to. They cut that back. So it's very minimal. But to take care to you and your mom to go and have lunch somewhere, absolutely. I just don't think you're going to have a problem with that.
Well, I have a solution to this problem for the restaurants and the movie theaters. What they need to do is they gut the floors, take the theater chairs out, and move all the tables out of the restaurants, and they put up those little plastic hothouse things, those hothouse tents, and they have several sizes. One that'll hold 2 people, one that'll hold 4 people, 6 people, and put everybody in those little hothouses with their own little tables and chairs, and then they have a little misting system in there, and they can mist it with antibiotic stuff or whatever the hell you want to call it after people use it. Easy peasy.
Yeah, and Bonnie said he's going to do it.
You don't
when
like
you're
that?
on the
well,
I've actually
You don't
done
want anything that
taken my own.
you don't want. If water's different, but you don't want some kind of chemical to be sprayed on your mom.
Not on her. It's after you leave. It just.
Oh, you mean like going through?
Yeah.
Like the sanitary things. where you
Yeah.
walk through. Okay.
Yeah.
That's different.
And do that.
Yeah, I'm not getting real. Like, no, you're not going to do that to your mom.
No, we're not spraying my mom.
Offensive.
Hell no, we're not.
You're not spraying her.
What's wrong with you? Oh my God.
Seriously.
Eleanor, get her. Smack her head. Smack her head.
Don't smack her. She's
No.
only talking about her mom.
No. And I'm not spraying my mom. I don't know what you did to yours, but I'm not spraying my mom.
well, they're
We
giving
did not-
citations out to the restaurants that are not abiding by the rules and policies for opening and serving people. So people are going to start really cracking down on the rules and the laws because they don't want to get shut down. And some places have been shut down.
Yeah, I don't know where this video was, but this guy tried to go in the store and they had this big security guard there and he didn't have a mask on. He didn't have a shirt on either. No shirt, no mask. I'm like, what the hell? And they tackled him and he's fighting. I'm trying to get in the store and I'm like, do you really think you're going to get in the store and then they're actually going to let you buy anything after you beat up all of their service people? I mean, people are just nuts.
Yeah,
Yes, they are. They really, really are.
Betty, did you see she was looking right at me when she said that? Did you see that? Would you make a note of that, please? Put that in the
Now I'm looking right.
You're so pretty.
I'm going to see you soon. I'm going to go see my sister.
Oh my God. All right, I think I am sick of the virus.
Okay.
I'm sick of it.
I think everybody
Well, I've had enough of it. I've had enough.
I have
Enough of this.
enough. So, all right, all you healers, at 5 o'clock today, sit your butts down and see yourselves smashing those little viruses like they're little ants. And we're going to get rid of this sucker. I'm tired of it.
Actually, if everybody would just calm their energy down and send it love and light, it would dissipate.
I'm going to kill mine like ants. I like that better. I'm going to smash it like ants.
She's a lot more violent, Gail, than you are.
I'm very assertive. Very assertive. Assertiveness is necessary sometimes.
You need a little bit of both. A little bit of.
I got a perfect story. I got a perfect story for this gal. I was out doing an investigation one time, and I was going to this house to interview this guy. Unbeknownst to me, the criminal that I was looking for was in the mobile home. Okay. And
Oh, my.
so he did not want me to talk to his friend because he did not want me taking him to jail. because this is when I was doing bounty hunting. And they had a trained attack dog. And as I get out of my truck and I get about halfway between my truck and the mobile home, they send the dog out the door in attack mode. And this Doberman comes flying off the deck, flying. And I went, oh shit, there's no way I'm getting back to my truck. So I just planted my feet. There was no thought process. I cannot take credit for saying I had a beautiful plan. I just did what came naturally, and I went like this, and I went, no! Just as loud and as firm as I could. And that dog stopped dead in his tracks, hit the ground, rolled over, gave me his belly, and started whining. Sometimes you gotta be assertive.
You scared that poor baby.
You gotta be assertive sometimes, babe. Sometimes you just gotta be assertive. My heart was racing, though. Whew, it was racing. It was.
That scared me.
Yeah.
I just talking about it scared me.
Yeah. I did take the guy to jail, and I did tell that dog's owner that if I found out he laid a hand on that dog for not biting me, I would come back and kick his ass. So, you know. Yeah. I used to work and live in a very rough world. So, yes, it's very much a part of who I am sometimes. So.
Okay. Ooh.
All right. Are we done for the day? Did we go over time?
I am.
Yeah.
I got clients.
You got clients. Close us out, babe.
Okay, so, well, and before we go, I just want to let everybody know that tomorrow Esther McHenry is on.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. That's going to be intense. Isn't that our death doula?
Let me see. I haven't read her bio.
I think that's our death doula. And a perfect follow-up from our thing with Vicky.
Oh, okay. Okay, Esther. Oh, yeah. Yep, you're right. So, that's who's on tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm glad you reminded me so I can send her an email. Cool. All right.
Okay,
Awesome.
great. Okay, well, everybody, thank you for sharing your time and energy with us at the Spiritual Neighborhood Lunch Bunch. We are a community project of the Council of Families for Children. To contact any of the hosts, Elizabeth, Deborah, or myself, email us at spiritualneighborhood@gmail.com. And don't be shy to be a guest on our show, or to ask to be a guest on our show. And until we eat again, because it is lunch, y'all stay safe and home.
Yeah, don't be shy like me. Don't be shy like me. Y'all just speak right up. Say what's on your mind.
One's enough.
The recording has stopped.
All righty.